What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm your host, Robert Durden, and right now we're going to be talking about something I just mentioned in a previous episode. I was talking about how Joe Biden takes an inordinate amount of money from Israel, and that's the reason he says sociopathic things about what they're doing in Palestine right now, which is actually apartheid and an ethnic cleansing and a genocide. And he won't mention any of that stuff, but he will defend Israel at every turn. And I knew that he was getting a lot of donations from them, but then I saw a tweet that showed me exactly how much. And it's bananas, man. So I'm going to put all this in perspective. Joe Biden he receives the most amount of donations from Israel of any politician ever. He's taken $3.7 million, over that, $3,727,000 to date in donations for his campaigns from Israel. To put that in perspective, Hillary Clinton is in second place, and she has just over 2.3 million. So a drop off of 1.5 million just to Hillary Clinton. And then also Mitch McConnell, he's fifth, and he's under 2 million. So he's like 1.9 million. He's like roughly half of what Joe Biden has taken from Israel. So I didn't know it was that bad. I knew it was bad, but I mean, I went to Open Secrets, and I'm going to post a link below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. But that's why Joe Biden says stuff like this. That's why he says things that are psychopathic, that are obviously pro-genocide and pro-ethnic cleansing. Why else? I mean, unless he was actually a sociopath, which I'm not sure he might actually be, but I mean, this seems to indicate that this is the reason why he says things like this and why we can never quite be on the right side of history. And again, you know who gets no donations from Israel? Bernie Sanders. And that's the point I made in an earlier video. We would be on completely different sides right now if we had voted Bernie in as president right now. And he would have absolutely beaten Trump. It was only him getting sabotaged in the primaries and the people that voted incorrect in the primaries for Joe Biden that made this not possible. So, unfortunately for you guys, you know, whether you did it on purpose or not, Palestinian blood is on your hands. Sorry. But maybe we'll vote correct the next time, and we'll be better educated next time. And remember, guys, follow the money. Joe Biden takes an inordinate amount of money from Israel, so he runs defense for them, and he gives them $4 billion of our taxpayer dollars a year. He gives Saudi Arabia the exact same type of treatment, gives them, you know, the Obama administration gave them like $38 billion, 2014 I think it was, and they're committing genocide in Yemen. That's what we come to expect from these people. Let's get correct and vote correct next time, okay? Because I was screaming this stuff back when Bernie was running. I was trying to make it clear that Joe Biden is a war criminal. But those Bidenites, they weren't having it. They weren't listening. They better listen now. And I don't want to voter shame too bad, but for real, I was screaming for years before that. This is what we can expect from Biden, and now we're here and people are going, oh, how could we have known? How could we have known that Joe Biden was going to do this? How about the fact that he was instrumental in getting us into Iraq? How about the fact that his entire voting record has been pro-war? But we tried to warn you, but we ended up with President Biden, and so now there are, 18 Palestinian kids dead from bombings in the last 6 days. So, and that's only going to get worse. They bombed that media center yesterday. Israel bombed that media center from Al Jazeera, and the Associated Press leveled a building that had residences and those bureaus inside, which means that they're looking for a media blackout, and that makes me worry about what's coming next. Things are going to get far worse before they get better, and our president doesn't seem to give a shit, and a lot of that has to do with us not voting correctly. If we had President Sanders, our president would give a shit, and we wouldn't be where we are now. So, let's vote correct next time. How about that? Let's vote for the person that doesn't, advocate for war crimes. Is that too much to ask? So, yeah, it's bananas. Joe Biden has taken over $3.7 million in donations from Israel, which makes him the highest grossing politician of all time in terms of Israel donations. And lo and behold, what do we have going on? Anyway, keep fighting the good fight, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.